Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Humanitarian Transformation Network by Candace. Hope everybody is having a blessed, beautiful day or night wherever you are located. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe. I am finishing up the last three articles of human rights based upon the Universal Declaration of Human Rights that has been around a long time. Even Eleanor Roosevelt had put into place. So I am finishing up my last three articles. And after I finish these articles up, I'm going to be moving on to another transformation type of uh, I guess, platform that I'm going to be speaking about a lot of things in regards to how to transform your life and how to heal from trauma and a whole lot of things that I'm putting together. And then I have a whole lot of stuff going on right now in regards to this Humanitarian Transformation Network platform. So look forward for a lot of good stuff to come. Okay, so we're going to dig right in into Article 28. And what I do is I'll read to you the article, and then I apply my socioeconomic research to that article of, what's happening currently in the 21st century and how it all ties together and how it applies to one another. So with that said, we'll dig right into Article 28. Article 28 says, right to a free and fair world. To make sure your rights are respected, there must be an order that can protect them. The order should be global. Everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in the Declaration and can be fully realized. This is a big topic right now because there's a lot of rights that are not being respected. Even the U.S. Constitution is being twisted, and people are not adhering to the U.S. Constitution as in any form or fashion. And a lot of laws are being broken, even by top officials that aren't even following their own laws that they put in place, and state laws aren't being applied. They're being violated. City laws are being violated. So there's a lot of laws in this day and age that are being violated, and people are ignoring the laws. People are even ignoring the there's corruption in the judicial system, where there's supposed to be, fair and just justice, and that's not happening either. Because we've seen that there's a lot of lawyers and judges that are doing criminal activity, and they're supposed to be protecting and serving the public, and giving them fair and just court hearings, and just a lot of corruption going on, and a lot of laws being violated. So a lot of laws are not being respected, and people's rights are just being destroyed because of so much corruption. It's like people are just ignoring laws, ignoring the corruption going on, to continue to hold the money, greed, and power, and the status that they want. So there's a lot of fraudulent things going on, and so the whole system is just in a whole disarray right now because a lot of laws are just being totally ignored, and it's very sad. And this makes it so that a lot of people don't respect law and law and order anymore, because there's if the higher ups are not adhering to the law, so why would the little people at the bottom, why should they adhere to the laws when the top people aren't adhering to the laws? So it's the whole system is just in a whole disarray, but hopefully it can be fixed, and people can start respecting the laws, respecting one another, and loving each other with love, respect, and dignity as human beings, and treat people fairly, because that is not happening a lot especially in third world countries. People are definitely not being treated fairly. They're being treated like less of a human being. And we are all born human beings. We are, we are a human race. Okay, whether people want to agree or not, you know, we are all a human race. We were all born and we're all going to die. So that is humanity. All humans are going to live and they're going to die. So that's a human race. No matter what color you are, what country you come from, it doesn't matter. We are all a human race. And we should love each other with respect and dignity, and we should all abide by the rules and of law and order that has been put in place. Like the Constitution has been, been around for decades. People just, don't respect it. And some people don't understand the U.S. Constitution. Our forefathers put the U.S. Constitution in place for law and order, for, United States to have, order and, for it to, function properly and run properly. And so it wouldn't be, people running amok, unfair, justice system and all this other nonsense that we got going on today. It's just not being applied by the U.S. Constitution that was put in place. And so hopefully one day we, that just like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights that was put in place, a long time ago. I think it started back in 500 BC. People are just not looking at Universal Declaration of Human Rights as laws. They're not, okay, because they're treating people um, unfairly and unjustly, and they're not following the rules and regulations. And people think because they have money and power, they can do whatever they want to people, and you cannot, because they're a human being. Doesn't matter. Your money does not make you different. Your education does not make you different. Okay, doesn't make you more intelligent or better than the next person. You're just fortunate to get that education. And with me, with education, there's what three things my father my father's a Vietnam veteran. What three things that he taught me when I was growing up: you have to have book sense, common sense, and street sense. And there's a lot of people out here that don't have all three. They think because they have book sense, oh, they have it all covered. No, you do not. Because even though you have book sense, your profession might entail you to deal with street people. And if you don't have street knowledge, okay, they're going to eat you alive. And then some things, you have to have common sense about. So a lot of people don't even have regular common sense. So, if you don't have those three things, just because you have a PhD or, a doctorate or whatever it may be, uh, it doesn't matter, because you are still lacking book street sense and common sense. And a lot of people, that's why they don't want to deal with street people or other things, because they're lacking that. So you have to have all three things. Okay, your education does not make you, okay, because you are lacking some stuff within inside of you that you need. So people need to be mindful of that, because they think they got these high prestigious careers, these prestigious degrees. When you come out here in the real world, okay, and you start dealing and seeing different things in the real world that you did not learn in college, in these high prestigious degrees, it's a whole nother world. Okay, it's a whole nother world out here that a lot of these prestigious people have no clue about. All they are basing their intelligence on is what they learned in college by a professor or whoever, who they wouldn't dare come deal with anyone in the real world. Okay, because there's a real reality world different from being in college, okay, and living in a upscale neighborhood. It's different. You still have to deal with the reality of street people, and then you have to have common sense as well. So a lot of people don't understand this fact that you have to have all three: book sense, common sense, and street sense. Because me personally, I've been fortunate. I know people, with prestigious degrees and prestigious people, and I know people in the middle, and I know people at the bottom as well. So I learned all three categories, and and each one of them is different. Each category is different. And a lot of, the top can't relate to the bottom. Okay. The top sometimes can't even relate to the middle, to the medium. So if you can't relate, okay, how can you put a business plan together? How can you, you know, interact with people of a lower, lower standard than you? How can you interact with those people when you haven't lived in their world, so you don't know? And I used to talk about this a lot, because because you're in this prestigious area, you look down at people, and even in the middle and at the bottom, you look down at them like they're less of a human being when they're not. Because I've met a lot of street people. Okay, when I say street people, I'm talking about homeless people. I have met a lot of educated homeless people that would just destroy someone with a PhD, because they actually lived it. Actually living it and doing it and reading in the book is two different things. Okay, so people really don't understand this fact, but this is why people don't abide by the laws. Okay, because they don't have those three categories, and they look at other people as low-hanging fruit because of their money and their power and their wealth. Okay, and it shouldn't be like that, because at the end of the day, we are all human beings. It doesn't matter where you went to college. It doesn't matter if you're living homeless on the street. It does not matter. Okay, we are all human beings. We are a human race, whether people want to hear it or not. Okay, because I being in the political realm, there was a big thing about this. Even with the border situation. I actually talked to a Hispanic the other day, and he was like, he didn't want he's like, the border. We don't need these people here. And I said, well, yeah, I agree. But if they come over here, right, you come legally, okay? And this is why people are ignoring the laws, okay? Even the, top higher government, they're ignoring the laws, okay? Just letting people come in, and then you have those people that are coming in correctly. So, which one is it? Can they just walk across and, just ignore coming over legally? Or, it's just a whole mess right now. People are just ignoring laws, and we have to have some type of law and order and rule in a country. It doesn't matter what country you come from. There needs to be law and order, and it does not need to be dictatorship, because I don't believe in dictatorship. Okay, because I think there needs to be term limits. Okay, you're in for a certain period of time, and then let somebody else take the reins. So we're going to move on to Article 29 with that said. Okay. Article 29 is the duty to your community. You have duties towards the community which, with your personality, can fully develop. The law should guarantee human rights. It should allow everyone to respect others and to be respected. And that's what I basically just spoke about. Okay, that's not happening. Okay. And people are just ignoring other people. They don't respect other people because they don't look like them, they don't talk like them, so they look down on them. And people shouldn't do that, because like I said, we are all a human race, regardless of what. And I also believe that in states, cities, and counties, they need to take care of their own people. And then that way, that's why I created a community-based homeless program that I'm currently working on right now, um, to resolve this issue, because communities need and states need to take care of their people. Okay, and just like countries, take care of your own country people first before you open the door to anybody else. It's common sense. Okay, this goes back to what I said. It's common sense. Are you going to take care of your next door neighbor's family when you have your own family to take care of? Are you going to feed your next door neighbors when you have your own family to feed? No, you're not. This is common sense. So a lot of people are ignoring this fact. You are not going to take care of somebody else when you got your own children to take care of and your own families to take care of. So a lot of this is happening, throughout the United States, and all around the world, not only in the United States. You have to take care of your own country people first, because the country people are the people that help develop the country for generations. Their families helped develop the country for generations. They paid into the system for generations after generation after generation after generation. And it's still going to pass on to the next generation, to the next generation, and next generation, because those families are from that country. Okay, so the governments are responsible for taking care of their own country people first. And we see this like with a lot of countries. Actually, I know China is one of them. They're going to take care of the Chinese. Okay, if a whole if Hispanics ran into China, they're going to make sure the Chinese people from that country are taken care of. They come first. And then if they can help other country people at that time, they will help the other country people. But they have to make sure their own country people are taken care of first. And I think that is fair, and I think that is just, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, because their families, paid into that country, help build the buildings, help pave the roads, help build the economy in the country. So I think that's fair and just for a country to want to take care of their people first. It's not discrimination or anything like that. Their families are from the country. Okay, so you can't, you're not going to let somebody come over your house and tell you how to run your own house. Okay, let somebody come over and they start telling you, oh, you need to take this off of your wall, you need to do this and do that. You're not going to do that. Okay, because that's your house. So you're not going to let somebody else come over to your house and start telling you what you need to do in your own house. Okay, it just doesn't work that way. So, and like I said, that goes to common sense. And a lot of people aren't seeing it as a common sense factor, okay, because you're not going to do it. Okay, you're just not going to let somebody walk up off the street and just come in your house and just start telling you what to do with your house, or look down on you in your own house. You're not going to do that because that's your house, and that in your family. You're not going to do that. You're not going to let somebody come in and disrespect your family. You're not going to do that because it's your house. And a lot of people aren't seeing it this way. They're like, oh, that's discrimination. No, it's not. Okay. It is not discrimination. You have to take care of home first. Okay. You're going to make sure you have children. You're going to make sure your children are fed. Your husband, you guys are going to work as a family unit to make sure the house is functionable. And the same difference applies to a country. Okay, the country needs to take care of their own people, because those are their country people. Then that's who they need to be taken care of. You can't just let somebody come over and just ignore the people that are from the country. You can't do that. That's unfair and unjust to the people that are from there and all the families that help build the economy for other people to come over to that country. Okay, to build it up to build the economy up to what it is for other people to come over and enjoy that country. So like I said, that goes down to common sense, and people aren't seeing it. They want to call it all these other swift names, social injustice, and then they want to start creating these other things in the country because they don't like the country and the way the country is. You can't do that. You're not going to let somebody come over to your house and start changing things. You're not going to do that. Okay, so like I said, that goes down to common sense. And a lot of people are lacking common sense because they wouldn't allow that in their home or in their country. They would not allow it. So, this is a big, major problem in the United States that we are dealing with. And they're trying to twist it around and, make the country people feel guilty, for not, opening up with open arms. But you got to take in consideration those country people had families. okay, that have been around for decades, okay, in the United States. Okay, great, 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 great grandparents, that they're from the country. So, when you disrespect that family from that country, that's very, unjust. And then you want to manipulate them and you make them seem that it's like their fault because because you don't agree. you know that's unfair and unjust. I mean, people need to open up their hearts and understand what's going on, because you wouldn't allow somebody to do that in your house. You're not just going to let people you're not going to leave your front door open and be like, just come on in and take a bath, uh, you know, eat what you want out of the refrigerator, sleep in my bed. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. So, or take your money. Here's some money for you. Let them steal out of your wallet or whatever. Okay, you're not going to do that. So this goes down to common sense. Okay, and people are trying to be very manipulative and deceitful and call it all these other names that they come up with, and it's really unfair and unjust. With that said, we're going to go on to number 1 of Article 29. Everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of the personality to is possible. Let me read that again. Everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of the personality is possible. I'm going to go on to number 2, and then we'll discuss it. In the exercises of his rights and freedoms, everyone shall be subject only to such limitations are determined by law solely for the purpose of securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms of others, and of meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and the general welfare in our society. These rights, number 3, I'm going on to, these rights and freedoms may in no case be exercised contrary to purposes and principles of the country, whatever country you may be in. And I agree, because if you go back, if people understand, if you go back to the pilgrimage, it even in this day and age, you go to the Amish people. They take care of their community. They take care of their people. That they do. They take care of one another. Okay, they take care of the houses. They take care of one another. And this is lacking. This is severely lacking in the United States and in other countries. You take care of your community people. They're from that community. You take care of them. You love one another. Okay, as a community as a whole, because like back, when I was going in school, we had a community. I grew up in a community, and the entire community, they knew who I was. And I used to be a paper girl, and me and my sister, and they knew who we were. Okay, the whole community knew. And then my friends, we went to the same elementary school, and we were all a community. That their parents knew my parents, everybody knew everybody, and we took care of each other. And make sure the properties are well maintained, and we just took and make sure everybody was okay. And if somebody got sick, we were there for one another. We need to get back to that. And like I want to say, back to the pilgrimage. I can't even say it, pilgrimage days. Okay, back with the pilgrims. Okay, when they had their feast, they came together. Okay, as a community, they came together, and we don't have that any longer. Okay, everybody is out here with the survival of the fittest. Okay, people don't even like their next door neighbors anymore. There's no love in society no more. There's no dignity. There's no respect in communities anymore, any longer. Because what that also goes to people moving in and out. Well, if the community took care of their own community people wouldn't move in and out, because everybody is taking care of one another. Okay, and that goes back to common sense. Okay, so a lot of people don't understand that factor as well. Okay, because they don't understand the term community. They don't, because they never lived in a community, especially if you come from a third world country. You don't know what a community means. Okay, because you never lived in a community. Okay, and it's about helping thy neighbor. Okay, it's every community coming together and helping one another and making sure everyone is okay. Okay, with food, health, whatever it may be. Keeping the grounds in around the community looking nice. If like an elderly um, uh, family, can't paint their house, go over there and offer to paint their home, help them. Something breaks, you have the local repairman to come, fix, whatever needs to be fixed. We don't have that any longer. Okay, so everything is just like in a disarray, just a disarray. That's why we have no love, respect, and dignity, and people are out here survival of the fittest. And this is why the country is being destroyed. Okay, because no one has love or compassion for anyone these days. It seems like they're all out for self. Okay, a lot of people are just out here for self, and that's it. They don't care about nobody but themselves, and it's very sad. It's a very sad society. Um, and the society has changed so much since I was growing up. If I could go back and live back in 70s and 80s, I would go back and live in those times, back in my childhood days, because to me, I had a beautiful life. I really did. Yeah, I had a nice life. I had friends. We'd go outside and play. We could have neighborhood parties. We just did a lot together. We had the local park. It was just everybody was loving and caring, and I'm still friends with a lot of my friends that I went to elementary school with, and it just in middle school. And it feels so good because we still stay in contact, via Facebook. Okay, thank God for social media, but they still follow me. That I follow them, and and the girls and guys, we all remember each other. I grew up in a predominantly Caucasian neighborhood, so and then I had we had the African American side as well, but we all remember each other. Okay, and we're all still friends to this day. We don't care how old we are. A lot of us, when we're older, we're up there. We don't care how old we are. We've all had children and husbands and all of this stuff, but we all still stay in contact because we had a good community foundation growing up, and our parents, had a good foundation. We could go over each other's houses, you know, and it didn't matter if I was African American. It didn't matter. I could go, over their house. And, some, we did have a little bit of discrimination going on with some of my girlfriends, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out because we remained friends. We weren't racist or anything like that. So this is why I don't understand all this racism stuff that is going on, because I'm like, look, I was the only African American in my entire elementary school. I never had a problem. I had a lot of friends. Okay, we are still friends to this day. So I don't understand what is going on. And they love me just the same, and I love them just the same. So we really, and we still, like I said, we're friends. So we really don't understand what's going on with all this craziness going on with this racial stuff that's going on, because we didn't grow up like that. Okay, no matter what these people say or saying out here, we did not grow up like that. So and it's very, very sad to see. It is very sad to see. So anyway, with that said, let me go into Article 30. Article 30: rights are inalienable. No one institution nor individual should act in any way to destroy the rights enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Nothing in the Declaration of Human Rights may be interpreted as implying for any state, group, or person any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any of the rights and freedoms set forth herein for all human beings. And this goes back to what I said earlier. They're not applying these human rights. A lot of people can care less about human rights because they're out for self-prophecy. Okay, they could care less, and it's very sad. These laws are valid laws that need to be put into every country, city, state, no matter what. Okay, because everyone is a human being, no matter what degree do you have, how much money you have, what you own, it doesn't matter. You're a human being. You lay down and you get up just like the next human being. You have eyes, you have a nose, a mouth, hands, just like the next human being. So this is why we have to learn to treat each other with love, dignity, and respect. And for those that are lacking the love, we need to show them love and help them transform their lives. And this is why I created the Humanitarian Transformation Network, to help bring people together and to transform lives back into society. Because if we help transform lives back in society, it will make society better. It will make the earth better. It will make the universe better. So this is why we need to work together to help transform lives that are the human race, and treat each other accordingly with love, respect, and dignity. Okay, so with that said, thank everybody for joining Candace, Humanitarian Transformation Network. There's going to be more to come on my channel. I'm not sure what I'm going to be working on next, but I'll definitely enlighten you guys, because I'm working with some people now, and we're putting some stuff together. So it's a little process, but there is lots more to come from the Humanitarian Transformation Network. And if you're interested in joining us, please like, share, and subscribe. You can reach out to me via email. I think I have my email down below. You can check out my website as well, cabriabusinessservices.com. Thank you, everybody, and look forward to the next transformation cycle that we're about to walk upon. Have a good one, stay blessed, and have a blessed day and night.